Respetados estudiantes, muy buenas tardes. Reciban un fraternal saludo de mi parte. Espero se encuentren muy bien. Mi nombre es Héctor Alejandro Lugo Abril, soy su tutor de este nivel B1. El propósito de la tutoría del día de hoy es aprender acerca del uso del segundo condicional en contextos reales. Si surge alguna duda una vez finalizada la tutoría, por favor comuníquense conmigo a través de mi correo electrónico o a través de mi Skype. Mi correo electrónico es hector.lugo@unad.edu.co o mi Skype es @alejandrolugoabril. Les deseo una feliz tarde. Vamos a hablar del propósito de la misma. Vamos a empezar en inglés, ¿de acuerdo? So let's switch to English. Well, the main objective of this tutorial is the next one. Okay, this tutorial is aimed at studying the second conditional, the way to use it correctly. As you know, the second conditional refers to hypothetical situations or imaginary situations. What's the purpose of the use of the second conditional? To better understand other people and to be understood better. El propósito del estudio del segundo condicional es básicamente hablar de situaciones hipotéticas o de situaciones imaginarias, utilizarlo en contextos reales y además para ser mejor entendido por otras personas y para asimismo entender lo que otras personas dicen de una manera más adecuada. Now let's go over the next part, development. Well, development is divided into 4 different stages: previous knowledge exploration, presentation, meaningful learning, and collaborative learning. Let's begin the first part, previous knowledge exploration. So as the title says, we are going to explore previous knowledge. We are going to do 2 different exercises. The first one is this, okay? What is that you have to do in this first part is you have to go over this puzzle, right? You are meant to find out 11 different words like this. You should do like this. That's very, very simple. For example, we have this, verbs in the past tense. Look, check this out, watched. And another one, went. Okay, this is all you have to do in this exercise. We are just reviewing previous knowledge, verbs in the past. After doing this exercise, we will go over the second exercise. What is that you have to do in the second exercise? You have to go over a Kahoot. Yeah, let's see. For example, my name, Alejandro. Then you press listo, vamos, Alejandro. Okay, and here you are going to practice 0 and first conditionals. Well, this is a quiz. You have a question and you have to come up with the best answer. What will you do if you cannot use conditions? You have 4 options. I will take a shower, laundry, I do laundry, study English. So, best answer. Okay, and then you continue. There are 4 more questions to go over. Let's go back to this. After this previous knowledge exploration, we will continue with the second part that is called presentation. In this presentation, we are going to talk about the topic. What is the topic? The topic is the second conditional. What is it? Let's check this. Well, the second conditional, hold on, excuse me. Well, the second conditional refers to suppositions, right? When we talk about suppositions or unlikely situations for the present or for the future, we use the second conditional. Okay, what is the structure of the second conditional? It is like this. So let's go over this example. If I had $1 million, I would buy a mansion. So in a second conditional sentence, we have 2 different ideas. One idea is a condition and the other one is a result. The condition is always in the past simple. Look at this. If I had $1 million, the result comes with would or could or might or may plus a verb in the base form. I would buy a mansion. That's why I'm saying pay attention and supposition. If I had $1 million, I would buy a mansion. In real life, do I have $1 million? No, I have nothing. Yes, so I cannot afford a mansion because I don't have enough money to buy a mansion. The structure of the second conditional when we talk about the verb to be. So, talking about the verb to be, we have two different ways of conjugating the verb be. Formally, we have to use were. Example, if she were in San Andres now, she would be at the beach. So pay attention. You say if she were, if I were, if we were, if they were, if he were, if it were. Informally, we can use the verb was, the verb to be with was. For example, you say if she was in Cartagena now, she would be happy. Let's go over a couple of examples of it. If I had $1 million, what would I do? I would travel around the world. Yeah. If I had $1 million, I would travel around the world. But in reality, I don't have any money. I cannot travel around the world. Okay. If she were taller, if my wife were taller, she wouldn't wear high-heeled shoes. What's the reality? The reality is that she's short and she has to wear high-heeled shoes, right? Okay. For further information, excuse me, for further information about this second conditional, you can go over this video.
Today we're going to learn
The
about the
video is
second
called
conditional.
Second Condition.
We use the second conditional in hypothetical situations. The formula is if plus subject plus past verb, comma, subject plus would, could, might, or may.
Okay, as you can see, this is the same information. We use the second conditional to talk about hypothetical situations, and the structure is if, subject, past verb, past of the verb, subject, would, could, might, or may, plus base form.
Plus base verb. For example,
Okay, and she gives us an example.
if I won the lottery, I would quit my job.
Okay, and she says, if I won the lottery, I would quit my job. Okay, let us continue with this, right? As I told you before, this is to reinforce in case you don't understand it very well. Let's see. Now let's go over the third part, meaningful learning. So again, we have two different practice exercises. The first one is this. In this exercise, you have a video, a very short video, and some questions about it.
Here's what's going to happen. I am going to
Pay
have to
attention.
fix you, manage you to on a more personal scale, a more micro form of management. Jim, what is that called?
Microregiment?
Boom. Yes. Now, Jim is going to be the client. Dwight, you're going to have to sell to him without being aggressive, hostile.
Okay, what would clients do if White were not hostile and difficult? We have three options. They would like him, they would love him, or they would hire Dwight. So you have to come up with the best answer to this question. And the best choice for these questions is for this question, sorry, is number one. Yeah, let's check it out. Yeah, as you can see, that's perfect. This is what you have to do. You have four more questions to check the video. As soon as you have finished doing the video, you will go over practice number two, practice exercise number two. Again, we have a Kahoot, and we are going to try it by ourselves, right? Alejandro. So this time, we have a second conditional video exercise. So based on the video you have there, you have to come up with the best answers, right? Okay, look. We have 60 seconds to come up with the answers, right? Okay, the boy, blank or gap, happy to celebrate his dad's birthday on Mars if it possible. So the best answers are would be were, is would, was would be, or would be is. Check the video and then come up with the answer. Okay, the best answer is would be were. Yeah? Okay, perfect. Let's continue. So there are 4 more questions. For you to continue. Okay. Now, the 4th part of this development is the collaborative learning. So these are the instructions for this exercise. Answer the following question and upload it to our forum. Then reply to at least 2 of your classmates' answers, right? If you could if you could make one change to the word, what would it be and why? Como ustedes pueden ver, vamos a trabajar en el foro. Hay una pregunta, ustedes la responden en el foro y adicionalmente responden a 2 más de sus compañeros, les responden a las preguntas que ellos han hecho en el foro. ¿Ok? Let us continue. The evaluation. So, what is that you have to do in this 4th part? Okay, como evaluación vamos a tomar un test, right? There is a test to go over. So this is the test. The test is very easy, as you can see. Let's give it a second. Okay. Let's begin. Comenzar. So again, we have second conditional test. You have 20 questions here, and you have to come up with the best answers. Note something. You will be given the corresponding feedback when the test is finished. Yeah. For example, first question, if I had more money, I gap that television, or blank that television. If I had more money, I would buy that television, right? And you continue answering the questions, right? For example, number 2, which sentence is not correct? Choice 1, choice 2, or choice 3? Not correct. Okay. If I were you, okay, number 1, and then you continue. Okay, this is what you have to do as the evaluation, right? Okay. And finally, what can we conclude with this tutorial? We can say that the second conditional is used to express feelings, and when used correctly, it shows good command of the language, as it required elaborate structures to be used adequately. Okay, this conditional also let us know understand both others and to be understood correctly. And it implies what? It enhances better communication among people. It can be tricky to understand when it is right to use the second conditional or not. I think it helps to remember normally that we use it when we talk about hypothetical or imaginary situations. Daydreaming about possible situations that can hardly become true. This is a list of references used in this tutorial, and that's all for now. Thank you very much, guys. Have a very good afternoon. Goodbye.